Greetings and welcome to not Flesh Wound, Squared Circle Society Live. I'm frazzled today, Todd. We are here tonight to talk to the returning body, so very excited about that. Sorry if I'm a little awkward. I'm on my phone because I'm having a shitty internet day. So yeah, that's how today's going for me, Todd. How are you doing, Todd?
Fine. Didn't really care about your issues. Didn't have to put them over on the show. Just technical issues.
Eh,
I
if
know.
I'm on a
Dan
phone.
has to
It's
make sure
weird.
you know.
I'm
It's not
seeing you
perfect.
tiny. I'm seeing you tiny, and it's strange. But yeah. So yeah. So Todd, last tournament on the left. It's shaping up. We've only got We're kind of getting towards the end of the announcements for the tournament. I'm very excited tonight to talk to one of our competitors, the Body, returning for the first time, I believe, in a while to
Yeah.
California. So I'm very excited.
Halloween in Hell 3, I believe, was his last time here. But we'll double check when we get him on.
Yeah.
But before we bring him on, we do want to make a stipulation announcement for the last tournament on the left, and that will be a semifinal stipulation. So we don't know who's going to be in it yet, but here it is. It's Dan. You want to read it?
All right. So we are going to be we're announcing you're gonna need a bigger death match. Pools of salt water and shark's teeth. A Jaws inspired death match. So this is gonna be one of the semifinal matches. I'm very, very excited about this one. Shark teeth.
Yeah.
That's does not sound pleasant.
And they're
To
not going to be in the pools. I don't know if they're going to be the weapons made. I don't know exactly how they're going to be incorporated as of this, but there'll be other fuckery, of course, too. But those are the part of the Jaws theme. So
Yes, I like this one, Todd. I'm very curious to see how this goes, and yeah, maybe we'll get we're gonna bring a real fucking shark in there. It's gonna be a real death
we're
match.
not trying to get PETA there, Dan. Calm down. So that is tomorrow we'll announce more, and yeah, I don't know exactly what. So maybe we'll do another semi. Maybe we'll have another competitor tomorrow. So we'll see. But that's that. You're gonna need a bigger death match, pools of salt water, and shark's teeth, among other shit. But there we go. There's that.
There
I
you
guess
go.
now, Dan, without further ado,
Without further ado, returning to the show, the most viral dick in wrestling, the Body.
What's going on, boys? Hey, the originator of the pose right here, the originator.
yep,
How's it going, guys? Thank you for having me.
good.
It's
Hey,
Welcome
good
back.
to
Deathmatch
be
Elite, I
back.
see what you say. I see what all you little shits say. Fuck you guys, all right? And hey, when you were saying we should get a real shark in the water, what about fucking Seven Mike, that absolute business savvy shark in the wrestling business? We could have him snorkeling around trying to fuck underage women in there.
He
Allegedly.
sounds like a deadly shark. Allegedly, yes.
Which is, yeah, no, that's, I would never say that, but I mean, it's just, it's allegedly.
There we go. We're going out hot.
Yeah, well, fuck him, dude. He pieced me up in Texas, fucking put a hit on me in a match, and to get teed up with a fucking baseball bat. I'm not going to say who else is in the
Ooh.
match because I respect him too much. But obviously, money talks in this business. So my back still works perfectly fucking fine. And he's $400 in the hole. So fuck him.
There you go.
There you go. So what have you been up to? It's been a minute. We were talking this will be your first show back in California in a while, right?
Was
Yeah,
it?
for sure. Either Halloween and Heller was the tournament after it. Which one came last?
I think Halloween in Hell was after California too.
So, oh, actually, you know what? Yeah, that was when it was me and Ludark and Kat and Angel. No, and then that was basically curtains there, right?
Yeah.
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 Or was that Halloween in Hell 4? I'm actually pulling it up right now just so I can double check how
I
long
mean,
it's been.
I'm doing that tarmac turmoil or whatever is tarp of death for Tournament of Death this weekend, and like going in there amongst the other competitors, like, yeah, I'm sure I'm not really like an odds-on favorite to win, but like the one thing that pisses me off when I go online and I see all these people talking all this shit is like, dude, when I was on my run, I was fucking hot. And at XPW's fucking King of the Death match, like I was one. If I beat Shane Mercer, I was in the finals that night. Masada goes up in flames. Fucking Drake's back's broken. Like it could have been a whole other, you know, there could have been a whole other narrative to that night, right? So, but people,
And
you know, live in the past.
and you were on a hell of a run too, and I think it was visa issues that kind of screwed you a bit.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was. Yeah, it was visa issues. God damn it.
I think California, that California was one of the most wild shows I've ever been to. I mean, I remember Mercer threw you further than I thought a human being could be thrown from ring to ring. That was a hell of a match.
Yeah, no, he was the man. Even with we were talking off air about POR earlier. I think they got one more before the end of the season, like maybe late September or something. And I know he's a POR guy, so I wouldn't mind getting to work him at least one more time. Like, you know, I think we could do something fun. And you know, if I'm sure the fans kind of just want to see him throw me around a little bit more. They didn't get their full itch in California, so we'll try to comply for that.
Yeah,
That's
so
what
you
wrestling should be. Deathmatch Elite. You can come and see the body get hit with shark teeth
Yeah,
and all this
yep.
awful shit. So there
So all
you
you
go.
fucking all the internet haters and shit, who the fuck would have thought a bad guy in wrestling? What a crazy, mind-blowing concept that's never before been done. I'm a fucking revolutionary wrestler. I am a bad guy, so I can get booked in towns and the good guys can fuck me up. It is groundbreaking, but you guys should fucking try it. I think they're bringing it to the county circus next fucking fair. So
well, I've said this before. It feels like deathmatch wrestling's turned into, I don't want to call it a circle jerk, but everyone just wants to go and cheer everybody versus like I want to go and I want someone I want to boo and see get fucked up. In a lot of people's cases, that would be you. But
yeah.
they're just like, oh, I just don't like him, so they want nothing to do with you. Versus what a wrestling fan should do is want to go see you and talk shit on you and see your
Right.
ass get beat.
And I'm willing to play ball for it, as I've, you know, like the booking I was telling you about before with Mike, driving 26 hours by myself in the snow from my house Toronto to Texas, knowing God well the whole drive down there I was getting my fucking eyes pumped shut, you know. And I still did it lovingly, caringly, like even if it was to that, going into a locker room not knowing if I was going to get tuned up or even having to go back and do, you know, more smaller independent shows here. My passion for it's never changed. My love for it's never changed. They can write all the goddamn shit that they want on the internet. At the end of the day, I draw reactions. I get reactions out of people. You can't teach that in wrestling school. People have tried to take my gimmick and postured, you know, my method to my madness, and it hasn't worked anywhere near to the level that I was able to. So if you can, if you're smart enough to put yourself aside and realize that it's a fucking character and a shtick, then you know, there might be something there. But yeah, based on the way it's looking right now, is the inmates run the asylum. Everybody just wants to be Johnny Cockstrong with their fucking, you know, hitting light tubes, giving everybody moves. Nobody really wants to be the butt of the joke or the guy that is the comedic humor or whatever in the night. So if that means that, you know, I got to put on my fucking lipstick a little bit extra, you know, tight and fucking tie my corset up, I'll do it.
Yeah. And that's, you know, characters in wrestling. I mean, that's what it's really about. I mean, and yeah, and you're like, if you look at the group of guys who came out of XPW 2.0 that are really like, you know, doing things, you have like Hillbilly, who's like feels like an XPW original. You have you
Yep.
who feel like an XPW. I mean, you guys were both around before, but I mean, you guys became fast favorites. And
Right.
I
Yeah.
know,
Without
like,
Rob, it would have been, yeah, a lot different for sure. So yeah, we're thankful, you know.
and like you getting back out there now, I think, you know, people are going to get to see, you know, what you can do again if they
And
forgot.
and it's up to me too, and like inevitably, and that's one thing. Like a group of guys, a bunch of old heads from CZW that I kind of told my story to. They took me in, and just were kind of like, man, like we got to get you around some professionals, and not like nothing like my time with XPW was fucking awesome. And if I got a call to have it go all over again tomorrow, I would do yes in a heartbeat. I got to go to amazing places, meet amazing people, wrestle amazing opponents. Like there's just so much fucking good that outweighed, of course, the stuff that came with working with it. But it's for me, it's like I want to show people that I'm actually a wrestler. I wasn't just a handpicked Rob Blackie that, took crazy bumps for and was perfect for this little niche style of wrestling because we see the writing on the wall. That style, like I did the dick spot at the perfect fucking time, dude. If I would have done that thing a year later, I would have been behind bars. There would have been fucking dogs running around the building, like, so it was it's what's done is done, and like I have no choice but to kind of adapt to how everybody else is, but I'm not going to completely leave my roots at home. I'm still, figuring out ways to balance what worked for me, but in this, in this generation. So it's the only way to do it is to get out there and fucking do it. So you can't lift weights, you can't tape study, you can't nothing. So, getting back out there at a full-time schedule is probably the best thing for me.
Yeah. And then Solomon says, Body is a good wrestler. He don't even need to have to do deathmatch. I agree.
Thanks, Solomon. That is very sweet of you.
And he was XPW Ricker. That was when I said that would be in the chat.
Yeah. Oh, yo, fucking. Are we all sitting courtside when Dirty Ron wrestles Rampage's kid?
Jesus. The fact that it got picked up is hilarious.
My friend had to tell me, like, not even XPW, for like just a guy who watches wrestling here was like, did you see Cornette talking about Ron? And I was like, oh no. And he was like, yeah, he tried to book that Rampage's kid, and it it just light bulb clicked in my head of like, absolutely he did, 100%. That's I would have paid good money to see that, if I'm being honest. But who knows what's up with that.
But just so it's clear, he didn't actually book him. He just made a post to get people stirred up.
Okay.
So it wasn't even. But you know what? Since you brought it up, what are your thoughts on that? Because that happened in our neck of the woods.
Dude, this is how like do you know what was it, Psycho Stu?
No,
Like,
but I have worked. I have one show I've been on with him, but I've worked on other shows with AJ Mana, quite a few.
Yeah. Did Stu hit a beer can over your head thinking you were one of the boys?
He did not. But I didn't go in the back.
No matter what, like, yeah, maybe that's coming in a little hot. And I come in a little hot too sometimes. Never, obviously, I'm not just going to be like, hey, Lightfoot, haven't seen you in a month. And then think everything's fucking going to be okay, right? Like, there's limits. But for him to, like, do that, yeah, whatever. But the reaction is just, it blows the fucking, like, what he did to antagonize it, what happened after is like completely like unacceptable. Like, dude's head was like a basketball, and I'd only seen it a couple days ago, to be honest. Like, that's how I try to get my dose of social media and then take a break, come in, take a break, come in. So when I'd seen it, it was like 3 or 4 days old at that point. But like, yeah, I was shocked. Was Facade in there to break it up? Was he one of the guys?
I don't think so. No, I don't know. No.
Is it it was grainy from what I saw?
Yeah,
but
I know the guy you're talking about. No, it was a different guy. Yeah.
Good on them though, for whoever. Yeah, and I'm sure they got their due diligence for it. But fuck, man, yeah, good on them for getting it. That took way too long.
Yeah, like way too long unanswered. Yeah.
And they're lucky he was a big guy. Could you imagine my little fucking ping pong head going back and forth there?
Yeah, that's true. Didn't even think about that.
Didn't even think about that. The comment section was like, this is exactly what the fuck we were thinking.
I'm sure there are people who probably wished it would have been you instead.
Yeah, oh, buddy, I knew that. Right when I saw that, I was going to even make a post being like, yo, on a real note, how many of you wish it was me down there?
I saw a few Dirty Ron comments.
Announced the next participant yet, so
no, that's true. We're gonna out Dirty Ron.
Being accompanied to the ring by whatever Rampage is. I'm not even going to attempt. Coming back, being like, yeah, I'm not going to say anything stupid. Me trying to pronounce his son's name. That would fucking not go over well, boys. So Rampage Jr.
Oh, he can be your new. Oh, I forgot
that's the surprise.
Mr. No, I forgot the. I forgot the black dude that used to come out with you on the East Coast. I forget his
Oh,
name.
fantastic.
Yeah, Mr.
Yeah.
Vaguely or Newman.
Yeah, he did a fantastic job disappearing worse than I did, eh? Holy fuck.
Yeah. Oh.
Thanks for taking the heat. Thanks for taking the heat, Will.
But I don't. I'm checking.
Instead of a beer can, you just like pierce him. That's just pierce his cock.
The best was fucking like when we first started working together. Will, like, I could hear behind the scene rumbling, being like, I don't need to be with the body, like, send me, I'm ready for solo time here, I'm ready for solo time here. And then I ended up going on fucking heater, so I missed like whatever the show during. I led the league in STDs that year. Everybody fucking knows that. So I was on an absolute heater, and I was in some shows, and they gave Will like kind of like to send him out. I think Dan Moff beat him up, Tarzan beat him up. He's dog shit on the ring, and then that was the end of Mr. Fantastic. And they were looking for a new fucking transgender person to walk me to the ring after that. So it didn't last that long.
Yeah. Okay. I'm just trying to look at your like. Okay, I'm trying to. Where am I going with this? Dan, throw something out because I lost where I was going.
So a lot of people have asked about your XPW run, and did you have like a favorite match? Because there was a lot of, I mean, maybe not a ton of matches, but all of them were kind of memorable. Did you have one that really sticks out to you as your favorite opponent?
The Drake one, and I know that's probably low hanging fruit, like the Drake one, only for the reasoning of it, like, reminded me. This shows my age, I guess, saying it, but like when Jushin Thunder Liger came back to fucking NXT to work Tyler Breeze, another good Canadian boy. And everyone knew Jushin Thunder Liger. He was this absolute fucking killer, but he had gone and done everything, overseas. He wasn't really focused in that bubble. But then you had this young guy that they were bringing up through the ranks of that bubble, and it was kind of like Drake coming in there being like, "Who the fuck is this kid? Why would I even wrestle him?" Which is true. He didn't have to do that, and gave me a pretty good amount of offense in my opinion. And then after calling me in the bed, and like, I didn't do anything spectacular that night. I just listened, and he was so goddamn fucking good that he could have worked a broomstick through it. You know what I mean? And like, I just was in every position that he wanted me to, and for him to call me back out and kind of give me the seal of approval. And I think like matches like that, like, even though there was like incidences and stuff along the way, and like being a 23, 24-year-old kid getting a party with porn stars, like, show me one guy who's not going to kind of fuck up at some point, you know what I mean? But unless you fucking gay.
I can't imagine what it would have been like for you if you would have been there for XPW 1.0.
Oh, I'd be dead. I'd be so done. I'd be either chopped up in a landfill, or I'd be like, I'd be naked giving Rob Black like fucking Cheerios through a cage right now somewhere. And I'd have like 15 years left on my sentence before I can fucking touch grass.
That's right.
But, yeah. And I would have loved every second of it, Rob. If you're out there listening, I would have loved every second of it.
I think the Body versus New Jack would have been a really interesting feud.
Oh my! Well, yeah.
Remember those, like, remember the Vines, like, or I don't know if I know it was Vine. It was like people going to that one. He was a fucking president who had passed away, and they were like doing the Barbie girl dance like at his fucking headstone, and like we're recording it. It was like a thing that people were doing. But that's where my mind went, doing like my entrance out. Fuck, he'd still probably win, dude.
So Danny Flores brings up Body versus Angel. Yeah, that was kind of like a generational match. Like, I mean, it was a big deal for the old XPW fans because you guys are kind of paralleled in some ways. He's like, you're 2.0 version 1.0, whatever, however. But yeah, what was it like working with Angel?
He was awesome. Like, he was the one going in there where I was like, okay, if I can just get this guy to like not even pass the torch, but like just be like, okay, like, you can stay, that means something. Because like one thing with gay wrestling is like they don't like two of them on the show. Like, usually there's only room for one, and they will get fucking catty and mean and you know what I mean. But it's like it's like women. So when I saw that, I was like, oh fuck, how's this gonna go? Is he gonna be looking at me like this young buck's coming down here to try to take my spot? And I was being told, no, he's on his way out, he's on his way out. But in his mind, he might wanted a fucking one more run, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? And then I forget what match it was. He took a couple like matches of his to watch mine, but then finally, like, it was at California. He came to the back in the Pomona venue we had, and he was just like, "Oh, are you the new like gay gimmick here?" And I was like, "Yeah." And he's like, "Oh, okay. Like, I'll help you with some stuff if you want. We can tag. We should tag next month." And then you turn on me and all that. So like, we were planning towards a match with him, and then obviously just some behind the scenes stuff. Had some other ideas, so that's just how it goes.
Yeah.
Definitely a dream match, though.
Yeah. Glad we
Yeah.
got to see something though.
Right. And you know what, man? I saw Rob not too long ago. I can't speak on anything from what he says, but the option to run another XPW show is open. And it would just take some sponsors and some people, some of the boys. I would hope Generation One guys to do it, not fucking just me and Jimmy Controversy, to try to get something going here. But yeah, it's not dead, but I mean, yeah, it's right now I'm pretty content with Tournament of Death with what you guys got, and trying to get out there and wrestle those guys.
I keep saying, Rob's too stubborn to not eventually come back.
For sure.
It's just a
Yeah.
matter of when, and
Yeah,
when he's ready, we'll all be ready.
No, and like when I lost my dad, it was the same thing where I just didn't want to do shit. In wrestling, it's such an extrovert business where it's just like it takes a lot out of you to be like this not a character, but just to be a larger than life version of yourself, something that people would listen to and find entertaining. So yeah, when you're disconnected from it, it is very, very, very hard to find anything in you to want to do it, right? But it always comes back.
It's easy to see normal life when you're away from it.
Yes, yeah, for sure. You start really like the one good thing I can say that happened from and obviously this year sucks. Like I'm not going to pretend to be one of those guys who's like, yeah, losing SNL was actually great for my career. Like, but like just guys when they get canceled. But at least it taught me a lot about fucking self growth. People who I don't need a large group of friends. I need a core people who truly want to see me succeed. And in a world of so much fucking flashing lights and instant gratification, like it is nice to kind of just like sew your rock down and be like, no, okay, like tomorrow every day has been a blessing, and fucking I never take it for granted.
Yeah, well, that's good. And when we decided to do the tournament, like it was really like a core California thing, because we feel like the California guys don't get their shine anywhere else.
Right.
Like the East Coast ignore them. We got
Right.
tons of great, but we also wanted a couple guys that we truly love their work. You being one of them, and Jimmy Controversy being another. And it's not just the West Coast that's the outcast, it's you guys too. I mean, it is
Right.
like, so I feel like when our tournament's all announced and said and done, it's not going to be the same 8 guys you see on every tournament.
Right.
It's going to be fresh matchups, and like I think we're really happy you agreed and you're in the tournament, because
And it's exciting for the guys that are in it too, because it's like, hey man, let's go out there and fucking rival star-studded event, like where it's just your Beverleys, your Masadas, your Gauges, like let's fucking show that this crew can take it to them, right? So it's big on both sides. Like we're looking forward to it as much as I'm sure you guys are excited for it.
Yeah, and the match concepts that we have, some that we've announced and a lot that we haven't, it's going to be different. Like this is going to be really, really interesting how we tie these crazy horror movies into a death match. And interestingly enough, there's some where I'm like, man, it just fucking works. Like it's in the movie. Like it's there. I mean, I can kind of see it incorporated into a death match, and I'm
Sleepaway Camp Street Fight. Is that what you're getting at?
never know.
Never know. That might be one.
But
Yeah.
it is what you're saying. They had like those old genre horror movies. They completely like there is such a fucking mend in wrestling and kind of sloppy put together horror movies. So
Yeah.
it's funny.
Yeah. Yeah.
Look at Zach Amico. He's literally like the fucking baby child of both of those things.
Yeah.
So
A Trauma guy. We love Trauma. Tox Avenger just came out this past weekend. So
Yeah.
yeah, I know. It's funny because I never really watched. Well, I mean, I did back in the day, but JCW since they started the show, and yeah, I was like, oh, he's one of the announcers. That's cool. So
yeah. And he knows wrestling well. I don't. He
yeah,
deserves it. And well, you know what's cool too is how many times that guy's opened up for like a Big J Okerson, and I'm sure there's even crazier names like that he's like Kevin Hart's maybe. And
right.
the fact that like when that post that he made about being a full time like wrestling, I guess member of the wrestling community, like getting a job there, like how much it meant to his dad and like his childhood and all that shit. Like you felt that, and it's like
Yeah,
that's a guy who's already dabbled in one form of entertainment and fucking surpassed what what we would all do, and now he's coming into our world too and crushing it as well. So it's like that's fucking that
yeah,
shit doesn't go unnoticed. That's like super talent.
yeah. No, it is. So you guys,
Shout out
okay?
Zach Amico.
Yeah. If also, yeah, chat. If you guys have any questions now's a good time to throw them out there. Just letting you guys know. I know we've had a couple, but anyone has one in particular for the body, throw it out now. But yeah, I'm trying to pull up.
Yeah.
There was a
Well, actually, Danny asks if you're going to dress up for the Halloween show. So,
What, as a
I don't know if you want
guy
to give
like
that
do a
away.
reverse fucking? Yeah, no, I'm
Mhm.
going. I just shaved too, so if that's any telltale sign.
Well, I guess we'll start announcing round one matches once everyone's announced. So maybe your costume can go off that. Who knows?
Yeah, Danny,
So,
show me something. Get your grandmother to knit me something, and I'll wear it. I'll wear it
oh,
in the fucking shower.
oh, Ben says do the pretty woman face, leather face, a pretty girl, pretty
I
woman, pretty
mean,
woman.
yeah, maybe I do have a bit of a leather face going right now. I've been smoking like a chimney here, boys, and enjoying the summer. Fuck.
All right, I don't know, Ben. Wait, okay, wait here. What? Geez, I'm pulling up. I'll pull that one up in a minute. There, I'm gonna do Ben's first. Ben, okay. Weirdest
Ooh,
fan encounter. This is might be a. I don't know.
yes. When we end the show,
Well,
no,
okay, it
this
doesn't have to
guy's.
be a rat encounter. It can
I
just be
mean,
a
this
Yeah,
was
fan.
the
I
first
feel
one
like
that
he's asking
this
about
this
the
was the
rat.
first one that came to mind, and it's so these. I don't think these. I don't even think it's illegal there. But it was when I was in Mexico. You guys remember Alex Ocean?
No.
Yeah.
He was the
Yeah.
ICW cat. He
Okay.
I was around for Snippet, and then he decided to be a rapper. But I don't know. He was a fucking sick wrestler. So me and him were tagging in Mexico together, and we were doing this big long. I won't even say the name of the company, but it wasn't one of the major ones. And we were doing this big long leg of shows, and then like they kept being like, "Oh, at the end of the 20 something show, it's Cancun, like so it'll be all people from Miami, whatever the fuck are kind of people there. So we would have a day off to chill, and we would somebody would take us out or whatever. So we finally were just like working like dogs this whole way for the tour. We finally fucking get there. Um, we're supposed to go back home to Tulancingo for a night to kind of just like sleep and then fly out the next morning. But the promoter goes, "Hey, there's this guy that lives here. He's got you guys a flight out of here tomorrow just to meet us in Cancun. He's gonna take you out on night on the town." I forget. It might have been Veracruz. Like I forget the name of the town that we were in that last night. But he's like, "Yo, he's gonna take you guys around, and it's gonna be all kosher or whatever." So the guy goes, brings us up to his fucking apartment. He's ripping his fucking shots. Brings us down to town. He's fucking ripping his fucking shots. We go upstairs, and I brought a girl actually from the show upstairs, so should have been the first deciding tale in his fucking head. But we go outside on the balcony. I'm smoking a fucking cigarette with him, and I'm trying to talk to him in broken ass English, just staring at him like lit. And I don't know if he thought I was staring at him lit like I wanted a fucking kiss, or if he was just if this was just something that was gonna like happen regardless, but he starts kind of like advancing towards me, and I'm like, yo, no, no, not gonna kiss you, not gonna kiss you. No worries. Guy goes inside. I finish my cigarette, like, yeah, it's not really anything that weird, whatever. Fucking flick the cigarette out. As I go back inside, I open the door. Alex Ocean's packing up his shit so fast, huffing and puffing, being like, this guy just tried to grab my drawstring. We gotta call so and so and get the fuck out of here. So yeah, some lucky Spaniard almost had a wild ride with old Alex Oceans.
Wow. All right. Well, this is a different one. Probably didn't. Yeah. I'm not gonna. Here we go. Danny wants to know how it was like working with IWA Kevin.
Love Kevin. I absolutely love him. I do. I think he is a fucking sweetheart, and I'm sorry if people don't like. And everybody can like their own people. It's the greatest thing about this earth. But Kevin's always been, as a gay kid, Kevin has always been very fucking sweet to me, very nice to me. He's treated me like family, and I've watched him book African American wrestlers and do the exact same thing to them. So based on what I've seen from Kevin, he's the fucking man. Like there's, and he has a locker room of guys willing to murder themselves, like straight fucking murder themselves. So if there's a way to get, I wish they had more eyeballs, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. I mean, I do the graphics for Kevin, so I deal with them all the time. I talked to him today, actually, working on a hard box cover for the next event. So,
do you talk about the Civil War with him? Apparently, he's a huge Civil War guy.
we stick to business.
Okay. Jimmy was like, "Oh, I just had an hour and a half long conversation about the Civil War with Kevin."
I may avoid those topics.
Oh fuck! I feel like you start charging tickets to list. I feel like maybe 5% of the Civil War is covered, and then the rest is just extra. It's just bonus.
Brian Trash asks, "Who inspired you to wrestle?"
Yeah, no one's ever worded like. I mean, Shawn Michaels was the first one that I saw and was like, "Fuck yeah, this guy's the man." It was him and Jericho at Great American Bash 2008, like the last time you could blade, or I don't know if it was blade or he got mutilated. His eye got pretty fucked up. I think Jericho caught him or something, but it was that man. Just like I don't know if it was just strictly that match or like the card back then in that era had such a great job of like such weird like different characters, because obviously being a little guy, like I gravitated a lot more to like the kind of jobber characters, that's why it was funny enough being trained by Santino, who I guess was kind of like the king of fucking jobbers. But him or once I started smoking weed, everybody wants to be RVD, right? You're like, I'm gonna grow my hair out and do frog splashes and fucking be Mr. Cool. So yeah.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, no, we all gotta be Mr. Cool for a little bit.
Have you ever seen inside his house on some of the podcasts? It's like the weirdest, like the coolest, like stoner den you've ever seen in your life. Like it is just so out there.
My favorite was he was doing some interview with some guy and the guy was trying to get him to smoke weed and he was just being so fucking unnecessarily mean about it. And he's like, why would I want your shitty cookies when I have cookies at home that are 10 times better? And it's like the best way of just telling the guy, like, watch him smoke. Like all he had to say was no. But him just like having that one line, it's like that's a guy that's been in every situation twice.
I guess here's one that kind of builds off that. How did you get into Deathmatch and what was your first Deathmatch?
That company in Mexico, that was where I was. So it like, I have no shame in saying it. And I know people get fucking hot at this topic as well, but like the way that I always relate it to is like hockey players that and might not translate to the States much, but like if you're like a lower level guy on the team and you keep moving up levels, you're eventually going to get phased out, if you're just trying to play the game and play it how it's supposed to be played. And if you can either do that and be like everybody else that probably might not make it, or if you're willing to get punched in the face, if you're willing to get carved up a little bit, if you're willing to take some chances that not all these other wrestlers are willing to take, it'll open up some doors for you and maybe, keep you employed a little bit longer than if you didn't. So my first one was against Jules Malone because I was trying to go to Mexico, DTU. Crazy Boy had hit me back up being like, listen, like you're a solid worker, but if you're gonna come down here, like the American, like the Gaijins bleed. He's like, we're bringing you guys down here to get, to get bloodied up. Send me a match of you doing so, and then we'll talk. So I call fucking Jules Malone because I'm trying to think of like deathmatch people in the area, right? So
Right.
Jules was lucky enough to do it. She took care of me. At that time, G Raver was kind of coming through or seeing a little bit too, who had just came back from DTU. So he was kind of going back and forth with me and her on just kind of like clouding my brain up with just like how to behave and what to do in the matches and how to present myself and everything. And then it ended up pulling through, and I stayed there for about like a year and a half on and off. So and then from there, yeah, I was just hooked. It was all after it, like it fries your excitement receptors. Like you don't want to do a normal match after you do that. It's just like a whole other level of high, right?
Right. Okay. Danny also asked, did you ever play hockey?
Yes. Yeah, I was so bad at it though. I couldn't even do the fighting to get there. I had to do the fighting and wrestling. So,
There you go. So it just kind of pivoted a little.
yeah, exactly. Right. Fuck. It's like when an Australian comes to be a punter. That's what I'd like to think of it as.
Mighty Ducks Deathmatch, Todd. We'll have to do a winter show.
Ooh, and we all show up with DUIs and hot fucking wives, like the Sheen brother.
There you go.
Oh yeah,
That'd be a fucking sign me up. Hey, put me in that one. Hey, put me in that one, boss.
Tiger Blood Deathmatch.
Yeah,
There you go.
Yeah. There actually was with season ever. I was gonna get them to do like a sit down kind of like real like 60-minute like Barbara Walters style, and that was the first thing I was gonna be. It was like, there's drugs in the house. Where are they? Find them. When Charlie Sheen had that girl over and he just immediately went off the rails, like, and it's like, dude, like they set this whole camera crew up just for you not to do this, and we're in like 2 minutes in, and just like screaming that there's drugs in the house,
Charlie Sheen was so fucking wild. Even me being like a nobody, I've seen like 2 cell phone videos of girls blowing Charlie Sheen. Like that is just randomly.
Send.
Like if I had him, I would send him. But it was just like,
Were they?
I'll be damned. That is Charlie Sheen getting his dick sucked.
Were they does the AIDS check out then, or like?
I haven't heard.
Is that bad? No, should I not say? I go, wait a minute. Did they
that
see?
Might have been pre. I think that was
Pre-AIDS?
probably. Yeah, I think that's pre-AIDS. Hopefully
Pre-AIDS.
for them. I don't know. I don't talk to them anymore.
Shout out to pre-AIDS.
Oh, Ben says it was post HIV too.
Oh fuck, dude, we were all wrong. Jesus Christ. That's it. All right. Yo, we'll do instead of a kissing booth, you can punch me in the face for $5 and all the proceeds go to whatever fund we were just talking about. I already totally forgot.
All the Deathmatch Elite are gonna be there. It's just gonna be the whole...
Oh hey.
No, hey. Hey. All the stars will be out.
You might get some fly-ins just for that.
Yeah, my face is gonna look like my fucking ex's pussy. Everyone's just gonna keep banging it.
Oh, Jesus.
You like that one, don't you, Dan? Zooming on Dan's face. Zooming on Dan's face. Face trying to keep it together, but laughing at that one.
It's okay. I've been canceled too. It's fine. I want to laugh at it.
I made sure no names.
It could be different pussies. You don't know.
They're always different pussies, Dan. Come on.
Oh man. Here's actually a question that somebody asked me a while ago on Discord. Who is the most fun wrestler to party with? If you had to just pick one, like the one that is just a blast to party with behind the scenes.
You don't have to say what you're partying with. You
Right? Yeah. I go, what drugs are we testing? I I mean, Necro, Schlack, you're always gonna get a good time out of them. A really sneaky one's Rob Shit.
Hmm.
Rob
Oh.
Shit is a fucking sneaky good time, dude. Um, Rene Dupree, he'll
Oh,
fucking go. He's a good. I remember I turned 18 and we were driving up to do a northern tour, and drinking age here is 19, but if you go a couple provinces over, it's 18. So we were driving up that way. I had a $50 fucking beer store card that my mom and dad got me. He sees it. See, I tell him that I have it. He sees the beer store, and it's like the one stop that we're actually like allowed to stop. Like the one stop we're gonna get it, there's a Canadian Tire, there's whatever. The rest you're just driving on dirt roads to reserves, right? And we end up buying like 2 cases of beer. He gets fucking puke wasted. We're driving in a bus with the guys on the show's faces on the side of it, and then behind us is another van with all like young, like maybe like high school kids that are dancers. Like the dance camp is coming up because it'd be like wrestling and then like a teenage girls dance camp, and they're driving down a fucking street that literally looks it's going nowhere. If your car died, it is fucking over, ice road trucker style. And Renee's hanging out the fucking window throwing up, and the fucking throw up is like it's like freezing halfway, and then like shooting pellet style at their car, so like they think like their car's fucking swerving. Then Renee's shirt's off, then Renee's sleeping down the middle, then Renee's grabbing some kid by the ears, accusing him of being in the office. Then he had some shit to say about John Laurinaitis. Then he knew every single fucking Wheeler Walker song, and then went to bed, and we did it all over again the next day, and it was fucking awesome. So
oh,
yeah, maybe
Todd, we
Renee.
got to book Renee.
Oh, buddy, you would love him. He's like, if I were to like a Canadian wrestler, how he should be, it's Renee. He's the man. He'll just fucking bitch and moan that he had to lose to John Cena the whole fucking time. Like it's comical, you know. But I will say, he left us in a bar one night and left. And when he left, he didn't get good vibes. Like I guess the bar was kind of shady, and he was right back in there within like 2 seconds. Cleared our tabs and got us out of there. Where he was like, I just can't on my conscience not have. So he's a boy's boy, like you know what I mean. He would take care of your locker room, you know. Like he's a good
That's
dude.
awesome. That's awesome. Yeah, yeah. He's got a pretty successful podcast himself, actually. I believe. It's interesting because he'll bring people on you don't always hear from on like a lot of the
Right,
mainstream stuff, and it's
right. Like Kenny
kind of
Bolin
cool.
and stuff.
Yeah, just people who have these great stories, but they don't make the kind of the big mainstream podcast rounds, which is cool.
Like the
It's cool,
Jasmine
especially.
approach, kind of like
Yeah,
Jasmine for
yeah,
a bit, how she was doing it. Just
Yeah.
like
yeah,
it's insane.
yeah.
I should give that a listen though, because yeah, I do like Renee. He's not doing it with Paul London no more.
Paul London's on a lot. Yeah, he's on a
Okay,
lot.
okay.
Yeah,
I just don't know if they were together.
yeah,
Right on.
yeah. So that's a good. That's a good answer. Rene Dupree is not who I
Yeah.
expected you to
Yeah.
pronounce.
Who'd you think? That obviously an XPW guy, I'm assuming.
I only imagine because I know. I mean, obviously Kruger knows these people, but like Schlack, yeah. I mean, I would expect that that's probably a crazy time going out with
What gave it
Schlack.
away? The drunk on his stomach.
Yeah.
Well, you name like the ones. I mean, the post XPW parties have been talked about quite a bit. So
Right. Yeah.
um,
Me getting chased out by Masada. That was a fun. That was always my favorite part.
Sometimes it's not who you think. It's like you think, oh man, that person just looks wild, but then they're like really reserved in the
Yeah.
locker room. But
But that might be
yeah.
shocked too to be up for. There'd be a lot of times. I think he knows the risk in it. He's not just like "Blah," running it. Like there would be a lot of
Mhm.
time, and he might not want me saying that, but there'd be a lot of times in the back I could see him calculating his shit. Like he's a very smart in his head human being, you know. So like he's quite intelligent. That he would strike me as a guy like that who would just come. You would expect to be like, let's eat fucking babies tonight, and then he comes out and just has a couple beers and just plays pool, you know.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. So getting back to last tournament on the left, So this is have you ever done anything like kind of horror related? I know there's never been anything quite like what we're planning, but have you ever done like Sin Bodhi's show or anything like that? Or is this kind of like your first
No.
Halloween?
Yeah, no, this will be like my first fucking Halloween gimmick show. I mean, Kevin did that shit it out thing last year at night, which was kind of bonus content, but it wasn't like it didn't have really any movies or anything pumped into it. It was more so just a match step that we
More fecal
filmed.
based humor.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Right. Hopefully I eat less shit this time than
Yeah. I
than
know
then.
Controversy member is a member of the Turdy World Order
Oh,
now.
Jesus Christ, dude. I was living with that fucker for like a month and I told him, I swear on my life, I was like, Jimmy, love you, but I'm going. I was like, I cannot fucking we can only watch the Great Lebowski so many fucking times. Like, no, shout out Jimmy. He's a good kid, hard worker. Hard worker, loves the game, tries hard.
Yeah.
Yes, yes. So I know we don't have your matches to announce yet, but I am very excited about that. And uh, for you guys out there unfamiliar with Body's work, Body, what would you like recommend they watch, like to be familiar with you? If you just name
Uh
the
I
matches.
mean, if they're over the age of 18 or no 21 to be safe, probably me versus Joe unedited because that's just where that's just me and me and my element, dude. Um, or and then if you're, if you don't want to see male nudity, maybe my match with Drake would be nice. Schlack, just anything from XPW run that was not just a match, but more of like a chaos, like a chaotic, hard to like a car crash, hard to look away, but
I
you want to
I
watch it.
Mhm.
I think a good event, like for people who aren't familiar with you, is California 2, because you get three
Oh yeah.
matches from you in that,
Right?
and you
Yeah, they got
really
their
get,
money's worth for sure
yeah,
that night. Fuck.
it is, and all of it's on streamextreme.com too. So, but yeah, I think that if you just want to see one show, that you get the maximum body
Yeah.
in
You
the
get
one
me as
event.
a boy, you get me as a girl, you get me getting my ass whooped. I think we checked off every single box, you
And if
know?
you want to see all of the body, Here Comes Revenge is the show.
Yeah, 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 there you go. Fair.
Dan Metz, he's like, why is Here Comes Revenge in the title? I was like, that's the match. That's the
That
Joe
is the
match.
It
yeah.
was yeah, that's funny. Yeah, I mean, fuck. The best part, and I think I know I've told you this before, is like, Eddie, sexy Eddie was supposed to be the one to do it, and like I
Mhm.
always like even like when I hadn't taught, like when Joe went on to do his stuff in the UK and shit, like I would sit there and kind of wonder where like it'd be a photo of him with like Paige's family and stuff like that. I'm like, I wonder if he fucking regrets doing that. Like, I would if he doesn't want if even if he does, he was a fucking trooper, dude. The fact that somebody would do that for somebody else, that's a foxhole buddy right there.
And he didn't
So
puss out and wear the rubber glove.
no, and he didn't wear the fucking rubber glove. Speaking of which, though, I should have been.
Was that
Oh,
something that like I mean I kudos for taking that, but like
yeah.
was there any like obviously not practice is not the word. I'm sure you didn't want to do that
I
twice,
I
but
tried it on Rob. Rob was like, "Do it on me first before I want to make sure." And I was like, "I don't know, Rob. We only got one needle." And he's like, "You fucking do it." Not gonna. It well, the thing that this is the grossest part about it is it was Schlack's dirty used test needle. Like we didn't have any syringes, so Schlack pulled out his test needle and then gave it to me, and then that was the one that I used. So just a little fun fact for your fucking or your is he more
just
fucked up than we thought bingo card. Yes. There you go.
All right.
that's
I don't
just
know.
kind of a case where it's like I guess you're just hoping he doesn't miss or he's not off by a little bit.
See, I was dude, it was that was the thing with XPWs. You didn't know what was gonna happen. Like it was so crazy. Like going
Yeah.
there, I would in my head, I'd be like, okay, on paper, this is the match. There's a chance I walk to the ring and it's somebody completely the fuck different. And Rob liked that, like he obviously he liked that fucking that real energy in the air. So yeah, it was a lot of sleepless nights for sure, to say the least. But like, yeah, when you would get there and find out like your match is actually happening the way that you envisioned it, you would be like looking around, being like, "Is fucking, am I okay? Like, is somebody gonna just fucking, shank me and run away or something?" Like,
Yeah,
no, but
there.
that will be in California. Be there, be there. The body will get changed. Do you want to see how bad the California paramedic system is? Be there.
They're gonna be
Narcan
about.
doesn't fix flesh wounds.
Um, Danny mentions talk about the body winning the women's XPW belt for one night versus Ludark. Okay.
That was basically them just being like, yo, we kind of fucking they were gonna give me the TV belt, and then we had a meeting that morning. Card subject to change, brother, and wasn't going that way. And then that was kind of a way that they worked it out, where they were like, you know what? Well, he's been working hard. We'll give him that. And then, like, I won't get into that. Okay. See, I'm learning. I'm learning. There you go.
Just a little bit. Just give him a little bit.
Yeah, right. No, but it wasn't anything but that. I'll tell you off the air about it. It's something that one of the guys on the roster said that he deserved, and it'll blow your mind hearing what the fuck they thought their spot should have been.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
And it wasn't me. Okay.
Well, I know we were. It always felt like when we were always waiting for you to be the one to dethrone Cat for the belt.
And I think it was. I think that was a little bit of a game in itself. But I was privy to what was going on. I knew. The internet can only talk in code so much. You just try to put it out of you just try to move forward and do your job and whatever. And does it affect it a little? Did it affect it a little? Like, were there nights where I'd leave to go to Jersey at like 3 a.m. just because I'm soaked in bed, like I can't fucking sleep, I'm sweating, like I'm like, might as well just drive to my fucking death now, like. So there's that aspect that I don't miss. But like you said, or I said earlier on, like if I had a chance to do it again, I fucking would in a heartbeat, as I think everybody would. And if they say not, they're lying.
All right. Well, I feel like that's a good way for us to wrap today.
Yeah, I think I said everything pretty clean. Let's take it on the high note. Oh, look at that!
It's congratulating you.
What are other cool things that I can? I do, and a swastika comes up. I go, no! Oh, cut! Go,
I don't
fuck,
think
we
the
were right
Apple
there.
Store necessarily has those rings.
I don't even know how you did that. So
Look at that frame, too, boys. Look at that fucking frame.
You
When
need
I
a
have a
new promo
steroid
code.
heart attack in California. How did I? Oh,
Well, as
that's
we
me.
close,
That's me when Chad Mins's crew has me circled. No.
Yeah, he was one of the shit talkers, of course.
Oh, wow. Wait, who would have thought? What an honest Abe. What an honest fucking Abe. My goal though for TOD, not only to win the goddamn tarmac turmoil of terpenes, but I'm gonna fucking go through all those fucking losers, and then I'm gonna get it, because I'm already driving 7.5 hours. I might as well enter the fucking tournament. If I'm going down there to job in a no ring, that's bullshit. So might as well go in there, might as well win the whole goddamn thing. Not a big deal. Keep the fucking change. And after that, maybe I'm gonna go and try to get as many pictures with all the haters. That's my goal. Guy who does that, I'm gonna try to get a photo with him beside it. Chad Mittens, I'd like to get a photo with. Just do a little they hate me scrapbook.
There you go.
7 Mike, if you're gonna be there, just disregard the beginning of the podcast. It was a joke. No, I'm just kidding.
Well,
Suck my nuts, pal.
well, guys, last tournament on the left, October 11th. Tickets are going to be on sale very soon in the next week, or if not
They'll be on
sooner.
sale this week. This week.
This week. All right, tickets on sale. We've still got a handful of announcements for you guys, some really big ones. So stay tuned. They're still rolling out. And Body, we look forward to seeing you in California, man. I think it's going to be There'll be another viral moment. I have no doubt.
Yes. Yeah, you guys, and just on us, know you guys have always been very good to me. This dates back to last year, even after the incident, giving me a place to come and feel just welcomed and not, like I was walking on eggshells. And I'm excited to finally pay it back for all the help that you guys have done. For us, we're going to shred out and go hard for you. So.
Well, it's an honor to have you there, and we look forward to it. So, guys, thanks for watching, and don't miss last tournament on the left. We'll see you soon.